So you guys ready to play some Blasto? I know I am. Why don't we just cut to the chase and let's play some Blasto. Alright, so let's start. So the object of the game is to blow up all the mines, that's these diamondish looking things right there, before the timer runs out. You control that arrow looking thing to move around the area and shoot the mines. It can get a little confusing as to where the front of the arrow is and where the blasts come from. I have to shoot all of these mines in such a small amount of time? Is that even possible? Oh no. 10 seconds left. I'm not gonna make it. Crud. Oh well, let's try it again. I've gotten used to the controls this time. Definite improvement in terms of time. 17 seconds. It's not gonna happen. Wait a minute, maybe it is. 7 seconds. I'm close. I did it! Wait, why is the timer still going? I blew up all the mines! Ah, I blew all the mines in time, so I got an extra game, just like the game said I would. Well, for a game that came out in 1978, all I can say is, this game sucks. It's always high scores with games like that. According to Twin Galaxies, the official scorekeepers of old games, Burt Ankrum is the record holder with a high score of 8,730 points. I got 7,080. My first time playing this game and I almost broke the world record. But wait, you guys didn't click on this video to watch me play that Blasto. You guys clicked on the video to watch me review this Blasto. Didn't you? I remember the hype for the first PlayStation. I remember there was a game disc available that had demos of upcoming titles for the PlayStation. It was there that I played Blasto for the very first time. I actually liked it. I thought it was kind of fun. Years have passed since then, and here I am about to review the game. But before I actually do so, let's check out the box. So you have Blasto in the front. In the back it says, Blasto is here to save Uranus. You mean the planet Uranus? Actually, the planet's name is pronounced Uranus. Let me tell you though, the game is full of these jokes.
Establishing a bridgehead on Uranus!
Central.
Blasto, Uranus is in big trouble.
What did I do this time?
Remember, Uranus is on the line.
So what else is new?
So the alien leader, Bosk, escapes from the fifth dimension, decides to take over Uranus, to use it as a front to eventually take over the Earth and kill all the Earthlings. So it's up to Blasto to reach Uranus to stop Bosk and save both worlds. It's really hard to play this game and not notice that the voice actor for Blasto sounds incredibly familiar.
Blasto here. Urgent, huh? Put him through, Command Central.
If you haven't figured it out by now, maybe this would help.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
That's right. The late, great Phil Hartman himself provided the voice for Blasto. You might remember him from such other voices as Troy McClure, Lionel Hutz, and Blasto. Simply amazing. Anyway, we arrive at the Iranian spaceport and the game begins. It's your standard 3D game. Everything looks like what you'd expect. Your controls are square shoots, X jumps, triangle is your action button, mostly for pressing buttons, and circle toggles the different weapons you get. L1 is for aiming at a specific enemy, and L2 and R2 has Blasto move left to right. This comes in handy when you're shooting it out with the aliens. If you want to advance to the next stage, you have to rescue all the space babes kidnapped by Bosk and find the exit that takes you to the next stage. What's the deal here though? Why are these girls taller than Blasto? Or is Blasto just short? I don't know. When you step on these white blocks here, they fill up your map screen, thus helping you advance through the game. If you get stuck, these things sure come in handy. One thing that's weird here is that you don't have a life bar. You have to go into the options screen and turn the life bar on so it becomes visible in the game. I mean, I understand that some people prefer it this way because you feel like you're viewing more of the game, but I still think that having a life bar should have been the default choice. So like I said, the triangle button presses the different switches in the game. I flick the switch here and the compactor is still going. Shouldn't the compactor switch have completely turned off the compactor? I mean, what's the point? There's a heck of a lot of platforms in this first level. What the heck was that? I landed right on there. There's also these bouncing platforms. What's strange about them is that some bounce you higher than others. Anyway, back at this part. Finally made it. Coast looks clear here. No imminent danger. I'm wondering, what? Where the heck did that alien come from? He shot me once and killed me. How was I what? Oh, come on now. That's too fast to react to. Who's gonna react fast enough to something like that? I mean, come on. This alien appeared out of nowhere, shot me one time, and Blasto died. I had full health as well. I'm in total shock of what just happened, so I can't react in time to avoid the alien's fire a second time. Oh, and you gotta love this. Once you lose all your lives, it's game over. No continues. No continues. I have no comment. There are these turning things in the game, and you have to carefully navigate to get to the other side. The teleporters take you up or down depending on where you have to go. There's fire areas you have to avoid, and again, one hit and you're dead, so be careful. Eventually, I find the exit, and I appear in the next level. There are weapon upgrades that you get throughout the game. The downside is that if you die, you lose all of them. And trust me, in Blasto, you will die more times than you can count. Luckily, there are save points located all throughout the game. There are also these do not press buttons located in different stages. All they do is swell up Blasto's head. Meet the first boss, who looks like one of those inflatable octopuses you find in swimming pools. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm inflicting any damage. The octopus doesn't seem to react to my lasers. I just dodge left to right, shooting, and the octopus explodes. Afterwards, I find an escape pod and enter a desert. The levels here are referred to as episodes. That's cool and all, but sometimes this can get confusing as well. Look, the desert is referred to as episode 4. The level after it is episode 5. Makes sense, right? Well, after you're done with episode 5, you have to go back to episode 4 to progress to episode 6, which is underwater. I got seriously confused there, because I wanted to go from episode 5 to 6, but the game wants you to go from episode 5 to 4 in order to progress. Like, who's going to know that? I saw episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so naturally I assumed that episode 6 is next. And this is still the pre-internet era, so unless you had already played this game already, or had a friend who did and he told you, or happened to walk into a supermarket, pick up a video game magazine that had a walkthrough of Blasto, you're basically screwed. And after you're done pressing the button underwater and making your way towards the end, you end up back in the desert, or episode 4. Didn't the developers of this game think that something like this would not be confusing? And if you lived in Europe or had the PAL version of this game, you wouldn't even have seen episode 3 because it was completely removed due to space limitations. So here's Ant Bob, the boss of the desert. This guy is riding a big chicken and can kill you within 2 hits. He also throws, I can't believe I'm even going to say something like this, homing roosters at you. This guy just killed Blasto by throwing a rooster at him. If I had a smart aleck remark, I'd say it right now, but I don't, so let's leave it at that. If you've died and lost all your weaponry like me, then the only way to win this fight is to charge up your blaster and fire. The left and right hops come in handy as well. Episode 7 is known as Alienville. You're in what appears to be the turbine of a helicopter. You have to go through the turbines to get some power-ups and flick the switch here to advance in the stage. Here you meet a Snarf, which is this cute little thing right there. So I hop across and... That's horrible! Why would you design something like that? That monster just ate half of Blasto. Look, the rest of his body is just laying there lifeless. So there is absolutely no way to cross this without a special gun that you find at the beginning of the level. Once you flick that switch I talked about earlier, the barrier over the gun is removed so you're able to access it. You then have to go all the way back to where the monster is without dying in order to be able to use it. If you die here, you lose the gun and have to go all the way back to get it again. How tedious. The gun makes aliens. You make the aliens so that the Snarf would eat them while he's distracted. And then you can make your way around to collect some power-ups and the jetpack. If you don't get the jetpack in time, the Snarf will be loose again, and this happens. You are basically caught in a loop. You can't avoid the Snarf no matter what you do. Nothing I can do here but just shut the game off and start over again from my save point. So I get the stupid gun, distract the stupid Snarf, and get the jetpack. Now I can go to the top of this part, fight that boss, flick that switch, and make it into Polka Dottia? Anyway, I save my progress and head over to episode 8, which is an annoying maze. Expect to lose your way and your train of thought here while navigating through this level. You're supposed to reach the ends of the forest, grab another jetpack, and make it towards the very top. What I don't understand is, why do I have to wander around the forest looking for the jetpack when I left the previous level with the jetpack? This is lazy game programming. Episode 9 is the entrance to Boss's fortress, because every alien leader has to have a fortress. Here, it's much of the same. Rescue babes, flick switches, navigate through the stage without stepping on the lava, and stepping on the white blocks to get more of the map filled. There's an underwater level here as well, where you have to watch out for these red bombs that will explode if you get too close to them. Again, we also leap from episode 9 to episode 12. This stage has more lava pits than you have to watch out for. And guess who's back? Yep, that darn Snarf again. This time, however, rather than distracting him by creating other aliens for him to snack on, there's a big gun that Blasto acquires and can be used to kill the Snarf. Okay. Boom! So you rescue the last babe, flick the last switch, navigate through difficult terrain, and finally make it to the last boss. After a back and forth between Blasto and Bosk, he enters his spacesuit and get ready for the last battle. The key is to just run and shoot him. He then has his second form. Shoot him some more times, then Bosk is done. Bosk turns on the bombs, which gives Blasto little time to escape, but eventually does, and the game is over. So in conclusion, I don't think I like this game. I mean, it's not a bad game per se, but it's just not fun. Games are supposed to be fun, right? This felt more like doing something to pass the time. At no point do I recall even having fun playing this game. You know, let me give you an example. Let's say that you're home alone on a rainy day and all of a sudden the lights go off. The power's out in your house and or your apartment or what have you. So, in order to pass the time until the lights turn back on again, you rummage around your place and you find a jigsaw puzzle. So you proceed to put the jigsaw puzzle on your table and you start putting it together. And most people, when they play jigsaw puzzles, they don't play the game because they enjoy it or because they're fun. Rather, they do those to pass the time until something better comes along, like your lights turning back on and you being able to watch TV or play video games again. That's pretty much how I could describe. That's what it felt like playing Blasto. But regardless, I feel like they had something here. So why didn't they continue in the series and make a Blasto 2? It was teased in the end credits. Well, Phil Hartman's death had a lot to do with why the developers of the game chose not to continue on the Blasto series. Blasto 1 serves as a tribute to Phil Hartman. So maybe you could blame Phil Hartman's wife for killing him in his sleep for the reason why the developers chose not to make more Blasto games. It's been about 23 years since the Blasto series first graced the PlayStation, and I feel like it could be due for a remake at least, right? Anyway, I'm Sledge of God. This was your Blasto review. See you next time.